Hello everyone, Raged here with a video, and today we're looking at one of the weekly dungeons, raids, not entirely sure what it is, once more into the Tales of the Forest. Now I'm going to be looking at stage 4 today, but a lot of what applies here is going to suit you in good stead, depending on if you're doing 1, 2, 3 or 4. Obviously, 4 comes later in this season when all your heroes are level 100. The fight will be easier the lower down you go. But as I say, just a few things to bear in mind will still help regardless of where you are. So, as mentioned, this team is, say, all level 100. This isn't a free-to-play guide per se, just some tips and tricks. So the first thing that you'll notice is that all of my heroes are gathered up on this side, and there is a reason for that. So is it this one or is it round 2? Yes, so it's round 2. So in round 2, the boss has these first 2 attacks. One hits the left hand side, one hits the right hand side, essentially, which is why I'm spread out like this. So this area attacks the area on its right, so that is the opposite side to where my team is currently. And then the other one attacks them on the left. So by having them like this, they're only ever going to hit when the boss uses that second move on its left-hand side. Might not seem like much, but if you're struggling with survivability especially, this might be sort of what helps you out. So that's the reason I just wanted to cover sort of the placement, as it were. So for round 1, obviously you just got Dorkaraz and Shaltar to kill. Nice and easy to get through that. So then the second one, obviously these tooltips are really good now, where it sort of tells you to bring in, or some advice to what to bring in. So yes, of course, if you've got someone with defense up, great, same with damage reduction, or debuff block, or just dispel debuffs. Ardreth is the only one really that does that for me, and at this stage though, with the gear that I have, it doesn't really matter, but something to bear in mind. Obviously it's immune to control effects. It will place attack down twice, one on each side of the map, and then the last one, it will spawn a load of green dragons, so kind of like Tempest domain dungeon. So you will want some sort of AoE, obviously some single target as well, although if you can damage the boss quick enough, you don't need to worry about the AoE because you'll just skip through this phase really quickly. But if you are slower on that side of things, then obviously bring more AoE. Then the second round 3, he spits out 3 venomous projectiles at random targets, so it doesn't really matter where you stood here. Miasmatic Breath is where, again, like Frost Domain, he charges up, you need to break the shield before he goes bleh. And then the last one, oh no, not this one, it's the last one where he generates a shield and you've got to break the shield to do that. So gear wise, it's just standard sort of setup. I will actually just which one do we use? Which one has all of these in? Let's just go with this one. So my tank is in tanky gear. This isn't the ideal. Perhaps you might want ancestral set if your guys are taking damage. You might also want a tanky artifact if she is in ancestral set. I say she, whoever your tank is. You might want a blast jar. You might want the platinum night shield, scarab amulet. Those kind of artifacts would be useful on your tank. Ardreth for me, she heals, which is why I've got her in a moonlight mantle. If you've got a Furbath, you might want to put him in a moonlight mantle if you're season 1. If you're season 2, ignore the mythic gear. And then she's in Mona Lisa set just for some extra heals. But again, you're probably going to want, if you're in season 3, Puppeteer or Ancestral, Season 2 Ancestral, and Season 1 I forget the gear. I think Ancestral's been in all 3, so you can sort of do that. And then just damage setup for the rest of it here. Alton is my Witch's Remain, so he's got a bit more accuracy than everyone else. I think I have Lorenthil in the Ancestral set to take some heat off the tank. And that's that. So, without further ado, let's just let the fight roll in the background. Now I'm going to leave the timings on, essentially my Alton goes a little bit before my Lorenthil normally, which is why I've got him timed just to go a little bit after, just so we can benefit from the passive. Obviously for you lot, make sure your defense down goes first, whoever that might be, and then follow that up with your damage dealers. So here we come to the first round of the boss fight. I'm just going to slow it down here, not to see animations, but just to show you essentially. So this first one attacks the boss's right hand side. So he slaps down over here, and as you can see, no one took any heat from that, which is why it's like this. Conversely, it means everyone's going to get slapped about if we get round to this one, but with a bit of luck, that won't be an issue for me. So that's the second wave done. He'll fly off, he'll go drink his magic juice, and then he'll come back down. And actually, I might take a screenshot when he's on the plant and use that as my thumbnail for this fight. So, wait for him to... Actually, we'll just do that here, shall we? No. We'll do it later. Pretend that bit never happened in the middle. And here we are. That's basically the fight. So it's not necessarily a hard one tactically or strategy. Usual rules will apply most of the time with, say, survivability, healers, that kind of thing. But when you get to level 100, you'll just breeze through it, even if you don't have the team that I've got. Frost teams, wild teams, poison teams. You know, the only one that might be a bit slow is summoners, but there's no surprise really that summoners are particularly hard and difficult to work anywhere because they are generally considered bad. But there we are, guys. I hope this has shed a little bit of light on how to sort of tackle this boss, and I'll be doing another one next on Finale Into the Plains, I believe, which is the one with Uteor. So some slight spoilers there. That one's a little bit different to this. Placement's a little bit different, but we'll go into all of that in a moment. So, thank you for watching. Look after yourselves. Take it easy, work hard, but as always, play harder. And I'll see you in another one soon. Cheers.